Good morning, my friends. I'm Clover, and this is Genuinely Approachable Sudoku, and today we are solving Runnin' Down a Dream by Philip Newman. We have normal Sudoku rules, meaning we are placing the digits 1 through 9 once each in each row, each column, and each outlined 3x3 region. That means, among other things, that we have a 9 here and a 1 here. And also we have some pink lines in the grid, and these are Renban. And so along each Renban, we have a set of consecutive digits with no repeats that could appear in any order. So for example, we could have the digits 4, 2, 3 along a Renban line, but we couldn't have 4, 4, 5 or 1, 3, 7 because those can't have repeats and they have to have consecutive numbers. It has to be a consecutive set. So let's work on this puzzle. So because we have a 9 here, we know this set of digits has to be 7, 8, 9. Same thing here, we know this has to be 1, 2, 3. Now if you look at these 3s, we can't place a 3 on the end of this line because we can't have repeats on the line. So this has to be a 3. Ditto 7s over here. Next I looked at the middle, so this line with a 4 on it can't have a 5, so it can't be 3, 4, 5, and it can't be 4, 5, 6. So it has to be 2, 3, 4, making this the 2 and this the 3. And we have a symmetrical deduction over here where this 6 line doesn't have a 5 on it. So it has to be 6, 7, 8, and it ends up having to go like that. Alright, this 3 line doesn't have a 2 on it anywhere, so it has to be 3, 4, 5. That's going to make this a 4, 5 pair. And the 7 line doesn't have an 8 on it, so it has to be 5, 6, 7. And now, if you watched my most recent video, you'll see something kind of interesting here, which is that this cell, because it sees both a 5 and a 6, even though we don't know what order they're in, can't be a 5 or a 6, and it also can't be a 1, 2, 3 or a 7, 8, 9, so it actually has to be a 4, making this a 5 or a 6. But because we have a 6 over here, that's a 5, that's a 6, that's a 5. We're going to do the same thing again up here because this cell can't be a 4 or a 5 because it sees both of them. So that's actually got to be a 6, and that's a 4 or a 5. But there's a 4 in the row, so that's a 5, that's a 4, and that is a 5. And now we can place a 5 right there by Sudoku. That is a hidden 5 in region 3. And we can also place a hidden 5 in region 7 over here. So now this has to be consecutive with 5, so it's not 4. There's a 4 in the row, so it's 6. Ditto here, this has to be consecutive with 5. There's already a 6 in the row, so it is a 4. Now these guys in the rest of this row are going to be 7, 8, and 9. This can't be an 8 because there is an 8 in the column. This can't be a 7. This also can't be a 9, because if it was a 9, it would have to go next to an 8, because that's the only Sudoku digit that's consecutive with 9, but there's already an 8 in that column. So this must be my 8, that's my 7, that's my 8, this is my 9, and that makes the digit next to the 8 a 7. So now I need a 1 and a 6 to finish that region, and a 7 and an 8 to finish this row, and a 6 and a 9 to finish this row. And because I have a 9 here now, I know that has to be a 7, 8, 9 line, which will go like that. And these are going to be 1, 6, and 9. And that can't be a 6, that can't be a 6, because there are 6s in these 2 rows already, so that's going to be a 6. Here I'm going to need a 1, a 3, and a 9 to finish off the column. This can't be a 9 because it would have to go next to an 8, which would be problematic since we already have an 8 there. This can't be a 9 because there's a 9 in the row, so this is my 9. These are now 1 and 2 to finish off this row by Sudoku, and that makes this 3 and 2. Now we can finish this column with a 3. And these guys are going to be 4 and 9 to finish the region. Now here I need a 1 and a 2 and an 8 and a 9, so we can do that because the 9 and 8 are already in the columns. Now, because I already have a 2 and a 3 here, this must be either 1, 2, 3 or 2, 3, 4. So this is either a 1 or a 4, but there's a 4 in the column, so that's a 1, 2, and a 1. This is going to be a 3. I need a 2 and 4 to finish the region. This 1 makes this a 3. And now I can just finish off with classic Sudoku. That's a 9. This is a 2, and that is a 4. And that is how you solve Philip Newman's Runnin' Down a Dream from September 19th, 2025. Hope you guys liked that one. The link to check it out yourself is in the description of this video, and I will see you again next time.